Let me tell you something now, this is ball hour, and we can ball all hour. Drag the ball backwards, captaining, left them all fractured, home advantage. When we score the goals, we don't do the dancing. All action, tell them again, enjoy the show, this is all facts here. We've been grafting all year long, you ain't getting right here. I've been grafting all season, I want player of the year. Yeah, pro contract with a FIFA card. And the man them there like he is hard.
Yes. Welcome back, Ball Hour family. It feels good to be back. It's been a minute since we shot an episode, and today I feel like we got a great episode for you. Got loads of experience, loads of title winners, goal scorers, all of that jam bass. Here to talk about the ins and outs of non-league, as you know. But before you guys watch this video, make sure you go click, like, comment, share, subscribe, tag your mom, your auntie, sisters, all of that. But anyways, now it's time to get into the show and introduce our guest, starting with the man to my right.
So, my name is Evans Kouassi. I'm a striker, winger.
Who do you play for?
I play for Canby right now.
All right, cool.
I'm Jey Siva, also known as Jey Siva, Siva-Paphy syndrome. Probably the longest name in non-league football. Don't play at the moment. Quit playing football at the end of last season, which was where I was playing for Canby Island.
Man to my left, Big SB. Introduce yourself.
Bonnet Johnson, obviously also known as SB. Everyone calls me SB. I'm at Kingstonian at the minute.
Okay. How are we finding football this season so far? We'll start with Evans over there. How are you finding your football this season?
So far, it's been good. Like, I think we've been doing well so far. I've got a few goals. That's always.
How many's a few?
I got 9 goals.
In how many games?
14.
Why are you saying about
that? Every tweet is like 9
in 11.
Should have been 15 and 15, but we'll go again.
It should have been 13 and 13, but yeah.
What's the goal bonus saying?
I can't really talk about it.
Alright, cool. Moving on to Jay. How's your season? Oh, you're not playing.
No, I'm not playing at all. Yeah.
How's retirement?
Yeah, loving life. Can't complain. Decided to stop playing football because I've just had a daughter recently.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. So I just wanted to spend some time with her. Just the midweek commitments and stuff, it was just getting a bit too much. So I thought, right, it's the time to hang them up, go out on a high. Got promoted last year with Canby Island.
Just had to drop that one in there.
Yeah, just had to casually drop that in. Yeah, I'm 34, so I'm gonna be
still
35.
young.
Yeah, I guess so. But I thought I'd spend more time with my daughter on a Saturday and Sunday.
Beautiful. So. Moving on to.
On a personal note, it's been a bit difficult. I haven't really been playing at the start of the season. Like, I was at another team, so I left there and went to Kingstonian right like a week before the season started. So like the first couple of games I weren't really playing.
Yeah.
I started the last 3-4 on the bounce, and the team's been a bit inconsistent. It's a bit young. But now we're starting to find our feet, so hopefully we can just start climbing up the league.
And how do you feel like your performances are? Like, you contributing with goals, assists?
No, I'm not really a goal scorer, if I'm honest. Like, I'm more of the.
Say that again.
Why is Evans giving you that?
No, because obviously, to be fair,
he's
always,
it sideways.
he's do you know what it is? He's always on me to score more goals, innit?
Yeah,
But I'm the type of guy that just wants to dictate games, just get the ball, get on it, make things happen.
Move from left to right.
Left to right.
Not really. Yeah, right. Bro, just
Wait, don't
get,
punch the ball through.
just get on and just pass it. That's it. Just try and get on the ball as much as possible, innit? So.
You guys to my right got promoted with Haybridge Swift, but obviously you didn't go up because at the time there was a point system going on. How was that working hard throughout the whole season, and then just to know that you just missed out basically on points?
Yeah, it was mad. So I was there in the beginning of the season, but I had like a short spell in the beginning. Then I left. I went to another team, so I came right at the end just to help them win. I got your medal, by the way. But yeah,
main man, yeah.
No. But I came at the end, done what I needed to do, and like the fact that we didn't get promoted was so like it was crazy.
How many points did you miss out on? Because I think that season,
I think it was 1 point. Yeah.
I think it was 1 point.
You know what's mad? I think that season that you lot missed out on 1 point, Chesham got promoted. But I was part of Chesham that year, so we literally got you, man, by 1 point.
Yeah, I think that might be.
That's when they were sorting out the new pyramid system and that.
Yeah, so they were restructuring the league and they were putting a new league in, weren't they? Just the South Central and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
because that was my first like promotion win, and but we couldn't celebrate properly. Like,
Well, no, the worst thing was in the playoffs and we celebrated, but we had to wait on the result the next day, wasn't it? So if one team had won, if one team had won, we would have got promoted, but they didn't.
Yeah.
It was up
I
north
think
as
we
well.
needed like a draw even.
Yeah, it was up.
Okay.
Well, it can't be a draw, can it? It was a playoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Them ones.
Yeah. So it was it was up north, and we all went, oh, should we go and watch it?
Yeah.
But no one went, and they lost anyway, so it was alright.
Yeah. But moving on to Canvey Island, though, managed to go to them, got the promotion. How did that feel now after going through that? And you were main man that season, innit?
Evans absolutely ripped it up, to be fair, yeah.
I don't know.
God, read off the stats, mate.
I can't lie. I can't quote the stats, but I saw the stats and they were quite mad.
Yeah,
They were quite mad.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like
30
someone
goals,
who gets those stats should have a serious move in it. I've seen man them with less get serious.
You had really good offers.
If I was younger, yeah.
But the thing is, one of those, when you spoke to a few big clubs, but to go full time, but obviously where Evans is working as well, and he's earning good money playing part-time football, to go full time, it has to cover your full-time job and the money that you're getting playing part-time football. So sometimes at his age, it doesn't make sense to go full-time football. Yeah. So
just to talk about that. So outside of football, what kind of commitments have you guys got? Because I feel like when it comes to football, everyone's got to manage commitments, and sometimes that can either allow you to play football or stop you from playing football. So we'll start with USB. What kind of commitments you got outside?
So I work in a school full time.
Yeah.
I'm a learning mentor. But I got my own business. It's called Platform for Youth. And it's like basically we provide wraparound care for schools. So we got like a breakfast club, after school clubs.
Okay.
We do holiday clubs. We got like mentoring service. We do some other little bits on the side as well. So
how much time would you say that you put into that? Because having your own business, it's all about putting a lot of time, so your business can, go the way you want it to.
So it's like, obviously, as you know, when you own your own business, you're always working. Yeah. Like, you never stop working. So it's hard to find the balance between home and life. So I've literally just started my new job. And one of the reasons for my new job, I'm not actually full time. I work 4 days. I wanted to like try and transition working from 5 days a week to like working full time for my business. Because I just find like the work-life balance, obviously these boys will be able to relate as well, but the work-life balance when you play football and you got a family and you work, it's sometimes you're coming in and you're leaving before the kids are awake, you're coming home, kids are sleeping, they're not seeing you, but like you're seeing them. Yeah. Like trying to make sure you're eating right, sleeping right, like it's difficult, I'll be honest. But
so to clarify, we're all family men here.
Yeah.
Men with kids. Remember, ladies, you always say men are cheaters, footballers are cheaters. Great examples of guys that want to see their kids putting in mad hours. Just remember that. But
quit playing for them.
No, but I feel like it's a serious subject to touch on. Like being a parent. Do you ever feel like you have moments where you feel like you're guilty for like not per se neglecting your child, but because you're having to do so much?
I feel like that all the time, to be fair.
We had a conversation about that last week.
Yeah. So, like, for example, I'll go to work, come back home, like my kids are still in school or whatever. My missus picks them up, and then I'll go straight to football. Let's say on a football night, go straight to football. By the time I come home, everyone's sleeping. So I don't get to see them. And sometimes, maybe like today's like my free day, but I'm not at home. By the time I get there, they're going to be sleeping. So, like, it's tough. Sometimes I only get to see them on Sundays, and it's tough, man.
Not only that as well, just how much demands like non-league football takes on your body as well. Like, especially when we get to your 30s, you're just tired. Like, I find myself like I'm just shattered, even if I'm just training. Even though I don't do much in training, but
big
I'll
time.
just.
Charlie,
No, I just can't, man. I just can't. Because the next day I know I'm going to be a write-off.
Body went alive, yeah.
So, like, come Thursday night, if we've got a game Saturday, which we do, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just relax and just make sure my body's right for Saturday and make sure I'm not tired Friday. So, obviously, the next day you're tired, you're getting home at 11 o'clock on a Thursday night, and it's just difficult. And that's part of the reason why I went, do you know what?
So, so this is a question to all you guys. So, do you feel like it's best to try... As much as you try, do you guys feel like no matter how much you plan, it just never works. Where you try to set time aside for your child or set time aside for
No,
your
I
family.
think it's important. You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Otherwise, you can like the boys are saying, you could go a whole week without seeing anyone.
Yeah.
But you obviously have to try and consciously make time. So when I get home, I'm not gonna go out. My pals might be ringing me to go here, go there, go there.
Yeah.
When you're at home,
can't-
you're at home.
I've got to go home and concentrate and be present. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's hard to obviously be. Sometimes, like you might have other stuff to do. So when you're at home, you might not even actively be present there. You're still doing other things. So you actively got to make sure you're setting aside time to. Okay, today is for my kids and my missus, and I've just got to focus.
Yeah, and not only that though, like times are changing.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days where it's like, right, we go get the money, provide for the family.
Yeah.
Mate, like my missus works as well.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she's doing all of that, she's working, and then looking after the kid as well. Like I started to feel bad, and I'm not contributing as much as
Yeah.
she's contributing, and I can't even say I'm bringing in more money than her or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I would say one thing I do feel like sorry about parents for is because obviously being in a changing room, being around the team, you kind of see like the ones that are trying to get in there quick and leave quick. But
100%.
because the season gets so intense when you're doing a Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then now you're back on Saturday. Some people play Sunday League as well. Like having that energy to try and be alert or awake and alive from when you're around your child. Like, how do you guys like manage that? Like, try to be like, okay, look, I'm tired. Just got home from football. Do you guys try to like read a bedtime story or?
I think you always got to make time because the time that you spend away from them, you need to make it up.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the kids also give you that energy. Yeah. You might be on your way home and you might be shattered, but as soon as you open that door, they come running up to you. It's like a different kind of energy. You might just like, do you know what I mean? But then as soon as they go bed, your missus is like, oh babe, can we? No, I'm tired. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean? But the kids, they do.
Spoken to me.
You're gonna get in trouble for this. Yeah, you carry on.
No, but the kids do give you, they do give you a different type of energy though, man. But it's important to just be present.
Like, for example, like we lost on Saturday. I was rattled, got home, so my kids like gave me a bit of energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was a bit more happier. You know what I mean?
I think it puts things into perspective as well. Like when you ain't got kids, you can go home and dwell on defeats or bad performances. You might be like rattled for 3 days.
See that?
You might end up going out, or you might end up betting or doing something stupid. You get what I mean?
So how would you say you guys? So how do you guys keep yourself in check? Because obviously, you know, being a striker, it might be a game is 1-1. You've now missed, you know, a sitter to make it 2-1, and you basically drew the game for your team. So taking that emotion, because football's obviously an emotional sport. How do you then, you know, control yourself to then be the family man that you have to be at home?
It's tough because it will affect your mind as soon as you leave the game. But you just gotta realize that's two different lives, innit? You gotta separate both. You gotta separate your family from that. You can't just bring the emotion that you've got football and dash it on your family. That's not fair. Do you know what I mean? So when I get home, I'll just switch off. This is my family now.
Also, I think where it's not full time, you do have other things like. SB's got a business to worry about, and he's just got to carry on moving on, and I think that sort of helps. Rather, if football is your life and that's your job, and if you make mistakes, you know you might not get a contract or whatever it is. And obviously it will play a bit more in your mind, I think.
So do you guys feel like? So I feel like the question I want to ask is, how do you guys kind of like deal with the pressure? Or do you guys feel like this is pressure, or have you just adapted to it as it's part of your lifestyle?
Football is pressure.
We've been playing football since we were young, innit? So it's kind of like like to someone else who didn't understand it, you probably say like, how do you cope with it? How do you do? But everyone has their own little vices. Like sometimes you might jump on a PS5 and just play computer. Sometimes you might just listen to music. Sometimes you might go out with your pals. Sometimes you need to. Everyone has their own little ways of, you know, finding their vice and dealing with disappointment and that.
One thing I wanted to come on to, so Jay, Asian footballer, I don't really think there's many around. In fact, since I've been in non-league football, I haven't seen quite a lot. So for the success you've had, being promoted twice, missed out once, lots of promotions as well, Canvey Island, being captain, how is that like, and how do you feel like you've done in terms of trying to pave the way for more people from your background to try to come through the game?
Yeah, I definitely think breaking down barriers, changing people's perception, I think, is the most important one. Obviously, when I come on the scene, there weren't any Asian footballers, and I remember going Enfield Town training session, and I kid you not, it was an open field. There was a cricket team outside. And I didn't know anyone. I swear to you, one of them went, "Oh, mate, the cricket's over there." And I was like, "No,
That's mad.
That is mad.
That's mad."
So obviously, but that's just people's stereotyping, though, isn't it? Like, and especially the way I look and stuff. I'm quite slim,
Quite.
very skinny. So even if I wasn't Asian, I think people look at me and go, "Mate, there's no way you're playing football at a level."
You
So
just have to show them up that they
so then that was when I first come to Enfield Town, and even then I was like third choice left back. He wasn't going to sign me. The only reason why he signed me was the first choice left back was suspended for the first game.
Yeah.
Second choice left back, who was meant to start the first game of the season, broke his leg 2 weeks before the season started, and then he signed me, and he had no choice but to play me the first game of the season. Got voted man of the match. Did he start me the following game when the left back come back?
That's mad.
Of course he didn't.
No, but do you know why that's crazy? Because I feel like in some instances, I feel like we've all experienced it. Like, you know, when you come on the scene or where you're trying to come onto the scene, certain things happen and it's like a huge question mark. Let's say he says something that's kind of out of pocket that normally you'll check someone on the street and be like, hang on, that's racist, isn't it? So how did you feel like having to bite your tongue and you can't really go at him because you know you're trying to get into the team?
Mate, it's happened all my
There's
football
a lot of
career.
things you
There's
can't
a lot
talk
of
about.
things.
Away days must have been crazy.
No,
Mate, I've been,
West like in the
like, what is it? So
football
we're at Haybridge. I was training, like obviously like training, and the ball's gone under my foot. This is the manager's gone, "Oh, what? You still in your taxi shift?"
No way.
Oh no, man.
That's mad.
No way.
I was like, "What?" And everyone's laughing. He's like, "Nah." He actually looked at me like, "Nah, that's not even funny."
I said, "No, I have that, bro."
But it's just I've had it throughout. I've so much like teammates. Once got my boots out, like a bit of mud on the boots. What's that, Jay? Naan bread stuck to your boots. All of it. But do you know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's part and parcel of the game.
Yeah.
And for me, like if an opposition did it and it was in a hurtful way, obviously it would upset me, which has happened before, and I'll probably kick off. But when it's your teammates,
I think in general.
I think in general, there's no place for that.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what?
Even
I feel
the
like
time that happened to you, like it should have been dealt with. Like, look, I was more angry about it than you was.
Yeah, but why is that? Why do I don't really...
I just think because
I think it's because you probably
mind
expect
so,
these things. Like in hindsight, you probably think
so
like these.
immune
You
to
probably
become normal.
anticipate.
It's normalised to you now.
You
But
probably
that's
become
not
accustomed
normal.
to expecting it.
Mate, and on the pitch at Canberra again, I had a bit of a stinker for like 10 minutes, which is rare.
Defenders having stinkers.
One of the centre midfielders run past. He goes, "Jay, what was it? Lock in the offie, was it?" I was like, "No,
I don't remember that one though.
That's mad.
that was a Jay."
I feel.
But
Anyway, is that it? Is that it? You know,
in a way, yeah. This is my thing on it. In a way, I feel like there's such a grey area because us, man, if we were all cool and we have like our own batches in football, as you do, like you can sort of like drop the, you know, sly jokes and it seem like calm, like turning up like, oh, what black man time in?
Yeah,
These things are kind of calm. Do you know what I mean?
It's like
But if it's
and
yeah, do you know what I mean?
like, we
So-
do have that.
So you have that, and then another person, is it because you don't know them? That's why it's more of a reason for you to kick off. But this is what I'm saying. Like it's such a grey area. I don't know. But what's you guys take on the whole grey area? And
I think there's a grey area,
100%.
but there's sometimes you just know when it like
Yeah,
if
you
the
just-
person's
okay.
saying something outlandish. Come on, like.
Yeah, but we've all. I think we've all had it, and I think obviously, especially when we were younger, it was like things were different. There wasn't a lot of like people with ethnic minorities who were playing football like that. There was like basically
definitely.
a lot of white players. So you're coming through as a young black boy, Asian boy, playing with older white gentlemen. It's like it's different. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
They're classing things as banter. When you're younger, you don't really know how to take certain things. Where you're kind of questioning like, what is he being racist? Is he not being racist? Like you're saying, it's a grey area, isn't it? So that we've had to, like you're saying, black man timing and why are you wearing your trousers?
But how do you feel when that's being said?
But some like the way they
depends
say
who it is.
It depends who it is, and also
yeah.
it's so easy to get portrayed with like having a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Because like I talk for like when I went to Scotland, I played in Scotland and like some of the players were calling me coloured.
Yeah,
I'm saying that, but they I don't think they were saying it on like on a racial thing, but not having the understanding like you're calling me coloured, but I'm one colour, bro. I don't change colour. What are you talking about? But knowing that, but he's like, but ain't it like? Would you not find offensive? I called you black. No, that's what colour I am. So like them having the understanding and knowing, like how to address people, but that's different. But when people say certain things and try and dress it up as banter, sometimes they're kind of joking and hard to not get tainted with that bad attitude because you don't really want to say something, but sometimes you do. But
like for me, I don't like to like think I'm Asian or anything like that. But there have been incidents where, for example, managers come in, our manager's been sacked, new managers come in, he's made one change. What's the one change he's made? Why?
Did you ever step into his office and be like, hang on a second, like what's going on here?
No, but I just think, what's that about? Do you know what I mean? And I think, have you just looked at me? You ain't seen any of the football games that's been played previously. So why am I the only person that's coming out of the team?
I would say from my personal experience, I would say things like this, I've kind of dealt with better over time as I've gotten older. And kind of, I'd say the people that have come before me as well have kind of like paved the way. So when I've seen players in my team stand up to the manager and be like, hang on a second, or check a player for saying that. Especially there's been awkward moments where, like, team change room, you're about to go out before a game. I don't know, you Caribbean man or black man, you're hearing these gun tunes and they're about to drop the N-word. And obviously, because my man thinks he's so cool with you, he just gets too excited and drops that in. And you're like, bro, do you know what I mean? So normally I just didn't speak up. I'll just look at him like, hey, that's different. But I'm still going to have to be his teammate. So I feel like in terms of dealing with this, it would be like, for me, I would go and speak to them on the side, like, bro, like what you said weren't cool, innit? Like, obviously, just to let you know, a certain man might not say nothing, but later on, the more you keep doing that, they'll react. So I feel like time and age and experience 100%. Also helps with all of that. But just to touch on, obviously, you paving the way, what do you think football needs to do, or what do you think teams need to do in terms of allowing spaces for, more Asian players, or just players in general to feel free to come to football and play without saying, oh, like he's Asian or he's a black player?
No, yeah. You know what? It starts with the families, to be honest with you. So my parents and Asian parents just focus their kids on education. It's changing, but everything was education, be a doctor. Like that's what they want. So I don't think that our parents, like my dad didn't take me training. Like I had to go with my next door neighbour. My dad's probably seen me play about 3 times. But do you know what I mean? So he's never really been there to support me like my parents. So I think parents need to support Asian into football, make sure they take them from a young age. But now I think more and more are coming through, like there's more professionals, a bit more role models. Yeah. So you can look at Hamza Chowdhury, Dylan McCann.
Man United.
Zidane, Iqbal. So there are players coming through and you can say, oh look, these guys are making it. Let's try and push them. And it's making parents understand that there are, even if you don't make it as a footballer, there are other careers in sport that they can do. So
it's crazy how you say this, because I was having this discussion with my friend the other day, and you lot being parents, I don't know if you guys have got daughters or sons, but just in general speaking, I think we've all had that, bond in the sense where we can probably count on our hands how many times our parents have come to watch our game or support us. How important do you guys think that is now? Because I think that is so mad. I feel like a lot of people say, if my parents had come to my game, I would be pro, or would have pushed that extra 10%. So what do you guys think of that, generally speaking?
I don't want to personally, just blame it on that, because I feel like when I was younger, not being big-headed, but I was very, very talented, and my parents, they're just typical African parents. They don't care about football. They don't care about sports. Where's sports gonna get you? What's football gonna do?
But if you have the right people around you,
I didn't have no one. I never
And
had no
that's
agent.
massive. That is massive.
I
For you
didn't
to go
have-
and make
I
it.
had brothers, but they was doing their own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, but my parents wasn't like actively
know,
pushing me
Go on,
places.
SB.
Do you know? I think it is as well, though. I think like comes with like education and opportunity. So like Jay saying, like before when our parents were growing up, there probably wasn't a lot of black players or Asian players for them to see and think like, oh, that's a pathway for my child.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Whereas
now
it
it's
is-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you see people of every different color
Yeah,
on
100%.
like who have opportunity. So
Yeah.
now it's a lot different. That's why you see parents that are taking their kids out from when they're 5 and now they're doing one-to-ones and
One-to-one, yeah.
this and
Mental,
that.
man.
Like, dude, they're overdoing it now.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like you see, like I think with our parents, our generation, there wasn't really that pathway where you thought it was, oh, that's achievable for my son.
Yeah.
This-
So it's just like you're saying, focus on education. You're gonna go school, do good in school, go uni, get married, get a job, life done. That's it. Like,
You know what's mad as well, yeah? Like, and I came from like pro clubs. I played for later on, yeah, then I played for Peter. But my parents like saw that I was good enough, obviously, like from going to these clubs or whatever. But they still didn't understand like what it can do because they always thought of okay, if this doesn't work, blah blah blah. And
That's
so
all. That's always
That's
what it
all
was.
what it was.
And it was
wasn't-
almost like you are gonna fail.
do you know what I mean?
So,
So
what is
low
the-
key, in a way, do you feel like your parents were happy for you to like go to a team and then get released because it kind of proved their point? Because I'll be real, growing up in an African household, it's like they love being right. There's no two ways about it. They love being
I'm not gonna
right.
lie, when
Bro,
it happened,
Because, bro, when you get released, I'm pretty sure she's just thinking, I told that boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
when it happened, she was
Yeah.
like, she was like, kind of like, I told you so kind of thing.
See,
But,
I think that's so damaging.
yeah,
I
it
feel
is-
like it's just one of
it
them
is-
ones where it's got to be dealt with in a more like comforting way. And obviously, from an African background, it's always like the rod. I told you. Now you go to school. You better go apply for. You know
can't-
all of that.
Yeah,
So
but you can't really blame them
yeah,
because
do you know what I
like,
mean?
it's like
It's
my
not- they
my
didn't know
parents.
it.
But
They
what
knew-
I'm
not
saying
blaming,
is,
but
if they, like, for example, if my dad took me like training,
Yeah.
because I never trained like everything. I've never trained properly like, on myself. I've done all of that. I could have done it myself, but I didn't do
yeah,
that.
but
They
that's
go-
it. Not having the right people around, right
Do you know what I mean?
advice. Like even like you was obviously a bit of a hothead when you was younger. Even
Yeah,
that
no,
just
but
calming
no,
you,
but
calming
let's
you
not
down.
Promote that.
I would
Promote
never
that
have
big
guessed
man.
that based off today, though.
No, but it's
Yeah.
like my parents from Sri Lanka. I don't know about obviously you guys, and they come over like I don't know 25, 30 years ago. All they knew was survival, and where they've come from is they had to walk to go to anywhere to get education or even like food or whatever. So they come here, all they think about is survival, make sure they study, make sure they got a good future. What's this football business, mate? No, none of
I
that.
think it's one of those situations where it's like, it goes back to the saying, if they knew better, they would do better.
Yeah, 100%.
So my question now to you guys is, being parents, you now know better. You've had more information and more knowledge than your parents than they did back then now. So what would you guys do differently compared to what your parents have done?
Whatever my kid
Wants
wants
to
to
do,
do,
100%.
that's it, support them.
100%.
And we'll know enough to
100%.
make sure, if it's any sport, obviously, I'm a qualified PE teacher, so I know where to take her, who to sort of get with, but I'll be there every time. Like, there's no, like,
Every
I'm
time.
there watching.
100%.
There's-
And
I'm
I
not
even
missing it.
feel like, even with me, like with my parents, I even feel like they feel like they should have done more. Because even when they come to the playoff final, like, because my mum, that's the only game she come to ever. I played so many games, yeah.
Is that the one where you guys went up?
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
And
okay.
when she saw everything, because you know Africans, they have to see to believe.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When she saw everything, she saw how many people was there. She was just like, she sat me down. She was like,
That is
"You
my
could've-
son.
you
Yeah.
could've done
That's my
that."
boy.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
it.
That's
Did you
my
bang?
boy.
Did you score that day?
When
It's
she
set out
came,
one.
no, when she came,
Oh,
I
is
scored
it?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she came, I scored 2.
Did you say I knew you'd make it?
She said, "If only." She was like, "If only."
If only.
If only. I said, "Yeah." You
But
say
like,
that now.
like, what was it? Peter Crouch recently said in a podcast about how his dad made him a pro because whenever he was growing up, like 18, 17, and he was going to him, "Oh, my mates are going out," dad would go, "That's fine, go out, but don't tell me you want to be a pro footballer."
That's why I'm like with my son.
Yeah, I love
Because
that.
I think like obviously my son's at the age, he's 13 now, but like I don't try and be that pushy dad
Yeah.
because I've had friends that have been in academies and their parents have been on them from when they were younger. But like now, they don't like football. They don't even play football with their friends.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying? Because from young, it's just been a job, and they've been drilled to like work and graft.
They do
and
like 5-6 times a week. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And obviously, you want your child to love the game or love whatever they're gonna do. You get what I'm saying? If I didn't play football and get paid for it, fortunately enough, but if like in the summertime we go and kick ball with my pals all the time. You get what I'm saying? Just for fun. Because we enjoy playing football. So I don't like, my son says he wants to play football, but I'm not that dad that's like, oh son, come on, you gotta get up and I want him to be on me. Dad, can you take me to go and do this? Do you get what I'm saying? So I think he's at that age now where he's more on me to, dad, can you help me? But every like anything that he needs, or when he trains, I'm always there. His games, I'm there. I give him advice. I try not to be too hard on him, but also I don't try and sugarcoat it.
So my question now to these guys, you guys say that you want your children to, love the game, but so with that, and you guys have been in, the game for a minute, there's sometimes a window of opportunity. So when is it at that point where you tell them that sometimes there's love, but there's like, you have to take it seriously because these opportunities don't come. So sometimes I feel like people get just love it. And I feel like that gets pushed so far that they forget that window of opportunities there. So when would you kind of drop them and be like, look?
I've told him, like, he needs to know the reality, because I wouldn't be doing my justice to him as a father if I'm just telling him, loving it is enough, because it's not.
You got work.
Sometimes even being good ain't enough. Sometimes even working hard ain't enough. So he needs to know all these realities, and he needs to understand if this is saying that if you're saying that this is what you want to do everything in your power to make sure that you can't live with regret when you're older. Like, that's something that I have to live with. Like, I feel like if I knew what I knew about football now, I would have worked harder when I was younger, because you rely on your ability, and your ability is not enough. You got to work harder. Do you get what I mean? So he needs to understand and know these things from a young age. And like I said, I don't really sugarcoat him nothing, and I'm an open book. If he asks me anything, or if I see something, I'll tell him.
I think that's it, though. I don't think people realise how hard it is to make it as a footballer.
Less than 1%.
It's mental.
Like,
I know how hard people have to work to get there. It is crazy hard work. Like, people eat it, sleep it.
No,
everything.
I hear it, because, bro, you even see how it is for certain men trying to, get a first team game in non-league.
Of course.
Become a first team game in non-league.
It's not easy. It's
crazy.
taken for granted now,
Do you know what
but
I mean?
it's not easy.
You know what though, yeah? I feel sorry for the kids that get released. I feel like you don't get enough help, because when you get released and you've been in the football system for this long or whatever, what do you do next? Like,
it's
how
mad.
do you feel?
The heartbreak must be crazy.
Heartbreak.
And they need to do more with that. There's a kid at my school. He's just come up to me today and he went, "So I signed a deal with Adidas." And I was like, "Oh, good," like 16-year-old. And I was like, "Oh, mate, it's amazing." Like, at West Ham.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I'm thinking, "Oh, man, I just hope he makes it." Because the way he said it to me, his face, and I was just like, it's amazing. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, mate.
I think it's important that that as like we get older, we teach those boys that you're more than football, because a lot of them just identify themselves with being a footballer.
Yeah, that's it.
So like, if I'm not a footballer, then I'm nothing. So that's why you see like a lot of people that if they get released, they might end up turning to suicide, or they get depressed, or because without football,
I don't want to kick a ball again.
Yeah, they don't want to kick a ball again, because they can't identify that they're more than just playing football. So like with my son, I try to teach him that cool, you can be a footballer, but you can also be into property. You can also like be good at that. Have an education. Have like more than you can be more than one thing. You get what I mean?
I think I realised that late, but as they say, better late than never, innit?
But like even like for me, obviously I'm not a footballer, like a full-time footballer, but I've stopped playing. All of a sudden, I'm not that. No one asks me about how football's going, and it's like, oh, okay, fair enough. Because every person that I haven't spoken to in a while or whatever, but how's it going Saturdays and that? Like,
that's crazy. But just going back to when we were talking about low periods in football. Obviously, you were at Romford when Glenn Tamplin was there. Obviously, where everyone knows household name in football.
We played him that game. He was asleep in the dugout. Bless him.
No way.
He was sleeping in the dugout.
So I'm pretty sure, like all of us know, everyone knows Glenn Tamplin, huge name in football. Billy Ricky, go do your research. Everyone knows him. Money man, as everyone calls him, innit? Obviously his time at Romford. How did you find out under him? Because I feel like sometimes when such a huge presence. Why are you man laughing?
Mate, did you have the ones out before the game and that?
You know what, yeah?
Oh, you
not me.
With the ones, wasn't
in
it?
the change room, you know what he's doing? What was you doing?
I got some stories to tell. I got some stories.
Hey, bring
We
him.
don't want them that.
I got some stories.
That's mad.
So just tell about.
Yeah, that's mad, you know.
Hold on, let me get there. Let's get there.
Alright, so let's talk about your time at Romford. How was that?
Do you know what? Romford was mad. I can't lie to you. It's an experience like never experienced something like that. I think the first time I went there, before I signed, I think it was a Thursday. These men were doing like a bleep test. Yeah, they've done a mad bleep test. Winner of that. Then they done a mad like shooting drill. Winner of that. Yeah. Then Glenn lines like, everyone up after the test. So he's like, all right, cool. We got one winner of the bleep test, one winner of the shooting drill. Cool. Bleep test winner, you can pick what you want. Like, he's got 2 duffel bags. You pick one, because the bleep test is harder. You pick one bag, he gets left with the other bag. All right, cool. So the winner of the bleep test picks a bag. So the person who won the shooting drill, he opens his bag. He's got like dog food, some knickers, baked beans. That bare nonsense in there, yeah? Bro, this guy opens his bag, the one who won the bleep test, he's got Balmain trackie, lubes, Yeezys.
No.
What? I swear to God, about 5 bags worth of stuff, yeah? But I didn't see him again. He released him after that.
What?
I swear to you.
Yeah,
Released him.
Do you know what? Yeah, like, as obviously, I know Glenn's got like a certain reputation, like people hear about things about him before actually knowing him. But me knowing him personally, like, he ain't ever done any wrong to me. Like, he's always been cool. Like, he's always been a cool guy and a nice person. So I ain't really got any bad words to say about him personally. Obviously, Romford was a bit crazy. Obviously, a lot of ins and outs, and like, you know, he wanted to do mad stuff before the game and that. But
was you involved? Was you involved,
bro?
Was you
I
singing
heard
them?
stories
Bro,
about
where's the
ones and
evidence, bro?
Huh?
Where's the evidence?
Bro, don't make me post it.
Post the post, bro. Ball, I was there. Post it if you see me there, bro.
Footage.
So what's the story about the ones?
Nah, so basically, before we played,
Try and let that one go.
Yeah.
who did we play? I can't even remember who we played. We played
Did you not get that little man?
Yeah, so we played away. I can't even remember who was playing. Not Cambridge. Someone who grand shared with Cambridge, I think. Histon. So we play Histon away. Get on the coach. Obviously, initiations, whatever. Then we get to the ground and he's come out and like he's given everyone a wand, innit? Like a magic wand, yeah? Because he's like saying that we're gonna be the wizards and rah rah rah. So he's giving everyone a wand, yeah? He's telling them, man, listen, if you don't wave the wand,
yeah,
£100 paid. £100 off.
Yeah,
if you don't wait, I see man doing the cheerleading thing, like my homie was mad, yeah?
I saw you cheating.
So imagine, yeah, so like obviously he's coming, obviously he's got like a, you know that this is how we do it, you know that song, yeah? So that was a song that he used to play, innit, like after we win and whatnot, so
I thought it was the world's greatest.
No, so he's gone.
That guy's cancelled.
So forget that guy.
Hey, cancelled.
So he's gone into the change room, yeah, and like, bro, he's come out. I'm just seeing some small brother like mad white hairs, little man, like man's moving, bro. He's just jumping around the change room, like you see, bear man doing this, bro. Bro, if you ask certain man to like even pose for a picture, man, I'm moving stiff, bro. The way they were waving wands, bro, it was mad. So. Yes, it's a lot of crazy times at Romford.
Mate, I can't believe
Sounds
that.
like
it's crazy.
So what, you guys played against each other when he was at Romford?
That was the
They
first
used
time
to
of the
kick the shit
season.
out of each other. Oh, sorry. No.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
So where did you play?
what position?
Centre mid.
Yeah.
And you got full back and strike?
Yeah.
So what was it like when you bucked him around the corner on the pitch?
It was alright.
Bro,
Nothing
what
you
did
kicked
Jey
him.
just say? Exactly, I kicked him, lifted
Yeah,
him,
he
bro.
kicked me, but Yeah,
It's
man.
foul.
You know what time
Yeah,
it is.
100.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to know, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone, bro. You
I
see,
was never told I thought SB was your boy.
yeah, bro. You know what it is, yeah, bro.
Come like Kobe.
Yeah,
fam.
no, you know what it is,
Nah.
you know what it is, bro. Like, you see me, yeah. Evans is that trying to do the sexy thing, like, man are just letting him put their knee on the ball and all that, bro. I'm
Yeah,
not
what's
here
this
for
about?
all
I'm
of that.
hearing about this knee on the ball skill. Like,
Yeah, man.
where's this come from?
To look
It's like
very
a special
sexy and that.
move.
I'm not.
It's a special move that.
where you
we-
just drop it, like,
yeah, during the game, I just drop my
10 years ago.
drop it, no one
Everyone
around
was
you,
done
you
in
just
his
drop
knee.
it, you just put the knee on the ball.
put my
Bro,
knee
man
on
are
the
letting
ball,
him
innit?
look sexy.
Yeah, that's
and
mate.
I'm
I
not
don't
really
know.
on
I've
that.
said this to him as well. How's no one just come up and
No,
beat
bro,
you?
I've been doing it for so many years.
Do you know why?
I just
If
know
I'm
how to
allowing
do
man
it.
to do that, yeah, bro, he's my brethren off from away from football. So we're going at me and my missus, him and his missus, like, babe, look. like that, bro. I'm not on that. I'm not on that. Like he's seeing my son. He's telling, oh, you know what I done to your dad? I'm not really. He's on that. So I'm not really on that.
What's your son say about it? What, Dad, are you gonna let
Yeah,
him?
he's gonna be like, Dad, like you can't let Uncle Evs do that now. So I'm like, no, man, can't really have that.
Alright, so as well, coming towards the end of the show, 2 quick questions. What's been your highest high in football and what's been your lowest low?
Question.
Start off with Mr. Knee on the ball.
Highest. I got quite a few. I think the FA Cup second round was a high.
Yeah,
Who'd
playing
you
on
guys get?
BT Sport. that
We
was
played
decent.
against Bournemouth.
On
Like, we
BT Sport.
expected maybe like a team in the league or whatever, but I'm not gonna lie, that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah.
Good
It was
achievement.
hard, but that was a good achievement.
Your lowest?
My lowest. Oh, you know, there was a stage where I was in and out playing, like in and out getting into teams, but I was on the bench. I was playing. I was on the bench. I reckon I would say maybe at Billy Ricky.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
you
man,
weren't
I was
really
in and
happy.
out.
That was before the money.
And you know what? I love the manager off the pitch. I love him in it, but playing for him was difficult for me because I'm not his type of player. Like he was, and I'll say it was obviously Craig Edwards. Everyone knows him. Like
That
the way he knows how to win games.
Yeah, he does, to be fair.
But the way I used to play, obviously I'm quite skillful. I like to get on the ball. He doesn't really like that.
Them guys.
And I remember he used to say to
them
me,
guys.
he used to say things to me like this, yeah.
Them around, man.
He used to say things like this, yeah. Like, say for example, we're playing this December, pitch is a bit mad. He'll be like, you know what? This ain't a pitch for you, mate.
No, but at least he knew his players.
Bro,
Come on.
all grass is man, bro. I'm a big man now. I play on every piece of grass.
pitch, man.
Yeah, but he
Like-
really knew it. He really
Nah,
knew
got
it.
back,
man.
though.
It's
He saw you and he knew what you want. He said, nah. He said, when you're doing knee on the ball, why would he say that?
Like, he's
But
wearing gloves in
I do
September,
get why
tights
he was
and all
doing that. But the game's different now. Because back in the
Wait,
day,
tight?
Yeah,
Nah, you're
tights.
coming different. You don't do that in
What are you
football.
talking
You don't wear leggings on match day, bro. You come out with your thermals and your shorts and
I'm
that.
guessing.
But yeah, the game's different now.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's like technical ability and all that. But back in the day, you have to
just
be
grasping,
big,
bro.
strong, or you have to run for days to get in the team. But I couldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Coming on to Jay, what's your highest high, lowest low?
Oh, it's tough. Highest high is a few.
Pick one. Or I'll
One.
give you 2. You can pick 2.
Winning the Roman Prem, Will Stone's up there. One, and then probably captaining Canby Island last season to promotion.
And lowest low?
All those racist jokes. No, joking. Lowest low, I don't know.
Joking.
He ain't joking.
Oh,
I said PTSD and that.
Yeah, you got that still. I didn't know until today.
my least enjoyable club I was at was probably Harlow Town. Just, mate, honestly, I kicked it long for 90 minutes and I turned around to the centre back and went, what am I doing here? This is just not for me. So probably-
SB. Highest high.
Probably scoring in like 2 cup finals, maybe.
Just had to drop that in there, innit?
Yeah, no, probably.
Man waited till the end to drop
What, you
that
want a
in
goal
there,
scorer,
innit?
mate?
Man went from
we all score in
sideways to-
finals, mate. We all score in finals.
Yeah, mate, something you can relate
What-
to, Jay.
I scored full stop, mate.
Wait, what finals was this?
This was for one for Mersham. We played in a Surrey Cup final.
Okay.
And the other one was for Kingstonian. Played Faversham in the Ryman Cup final. So yeah, that was probably the highest, and the lowest for me would probably be
the Wizards.
Nah, that was an experience. I wouldn't say that was a low though. To be fair,
I personally believe you were waving that one simply because you don't
you were in the moment, especially with
evidence, fam.
Double door,
bro. You know it in your heart, bro. You know way up defending yourself, like.
You know what? The cameras are there, bro.
Your hands are doing there.
I got the evidence, bro. You see.
We'll see. But last question before we actually bring it to a close. What do you guys think has changed in non-league football?
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
I think now, like, it's so much more professional. I think the biggest one that's kind of like helped, especially players like Evans and even Jey and myself, to be fair, is like people want to play more football now. People want to play more football now, especially like for me playing a centre midfielder. Obviously, Evans is like a winger. Jey's like we're all players who want to play.
Get on the ball.
So like for me, playing centre midfield, before you was on the pitch, but you're not really touching the ball. You're just doing that,
games
playing off scraps. Managers are asking you to just put it in quality street, like turn it. Like, you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? So, and I think sometimes, like to me, to my own detriment, is just maybe sometimes where I haven't played for a certain managers as much as they would, like as much as even though my ability should have allowed me to play, because I want to enjoy it and only play one way. Do you get what I mean? So. Obviously now everyone wants to play football. Everyone wants to play out from the back. Everyone wants people who get on the ball. So I think like that's changed massively.
I think it's more of a balance. Like you know when to put it in the area. You know when to try and play. So I think we had that balance quite well at Canada last year. So you do get on the ball much more than
100%.
you used to. Also, I think they demand more. I think like especially Ryman Prem players. I think a lot of them now think they can. It's actually a stepping stone to go and make it. Because a lot of players have gone from Ryman Prem. So
opportunities.
Even like a couple of players I played with have gone on just like bloody play Championship Prem. So it's a massive like window for people to showcase their talent. So I think definitely a lot of Ryman Prem players take it far too serious now. They're training like every day. And, whereas
I even think the money as well, though.
It's a lot more.
The money's a lot more. Money's a lot more. There's a lot more money in the game now than it was before. Like when it was, some gaffers are offering you like, oh yeah, come like play for like 50 quid and that. Like, do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, but
stepping stone.
Everything's got
team that's wearing GPSs.
Yeah, everyone's wearing tech vests and people
that,
are doing
analysing
analysing games. And
last year we sat around after the game. You and Evans done the least amount of running out of everyone.
Well, because GPS.
Everyone's wearing GPS.
But I think with the GPS,
but it's not being used.
Yeah, it's not used properly, man.
Some teams,
because you can't expect me to run as much as a centre mid or a centre back run the same as me. It doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think the game they're trying to make it more professional.
100%.
Fair enough. Well, guys, that does bring us to a close. Hey, I can't lie, it's been a great episode. Evans, thank you for your time. Jey, SB. Guys, as you can see, the ins and outs of non-league is here. Make sure you are tuning in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you share. Watch it with your family. But appreciate you guys for following us. Keep up to date. Follow us on our Instagram page, on our Twitter page, and we will catch you guys in a bit. Peace. Hey, guys, I appreciate that.
Cheers. That was quite good, to be fair.
Let me tell you something now, this is ball hour, and we can ball all hour.